Hi, I am Tina Tesch and I'm coming to you from beautiful, gorgeous, sunny Seattle, Washington. So we're out in the northwest area of USA. As you can definitely hear, I am an Aussie, and I was born in Melbourne and lived also a long time in Tasmania. So my parents were amazing German immigrants. The Australian government paid for them to come to Australia. My mum was a phenomenal chef, and my father was an amazing diesel engineer and mechanic. We grew up by the ocean with surfing really big on my plate and also cooking. My mum would always cook. We experimented. We had our life around food and the whole family too. So growing up with just brothers, food was a really big institution in our house. Mum would always say, choose wisely what you're going to eat because it's going to reflect on who you are and your body. And she'd always tell people also that Tina does not know the word no when it comes to food. And that was true. I love cooking, I love eating, and I love anything to do with surfing and swimming and activities, being outside. So for me, the three went beautifully together. I followed my mum in her footsteps. I became a chef. I moved to Tasmania, where I became a woodworker. From Tasmania, I moved to Boulder, Colorado to study rolfing and visceral manipulation. I loved rolfing and I loved Boulder, but I really missed the ocean. And I came to visit someone in Seattle and I ended up staying because it was such a beautiful place. And it made me close to the ocean, which for me is really important. So I did my amazing rolfing in Seattle. I added other things to my toolkit of helping people, and one of them was nutrition. I studied nutrition and I loved it, but there were areas that I really was very uncomfortable with. And one of the areas was muscle testing. And I think muscle testing, targeting certain areas is so much better than blind nutrition because you're going to put something in your body and you're going to cross your fingers and hope that it's going to work because it worked for your best friend and you really respect the person who told you about the product. But really, you're an individual. Your body knows exactly what it wants and what it needs. And sometimes the blind nutrition really does not work. So then with the target nutrition, at least I knew if the body liked the ingredients. It was also only 60 to 70% accurate, which in my Germanic way really didn't make me that happy because I really like something that's, 90 to 95% accurate. But 60 to 70 was better than blind. So I stayed with that until later on in the year I was first doing the muscle testing. I was starting to feel uncomfortable because I wasn't seeing the results to justify the cost. And really, I thought it was just outrageously expensive. And if I saw amazing results, I would have stayed with it and I would have pushed through, but I just didn't. I really did not see amazing results. So I stopped that. I did other things with the nutrition, but just not muscle testing anymore. And one day I'm studying, and a really close friend of mine, Colette Daniels, said, Tina, are you open to looking at something that's a complete paradigm shift in health and wellness? And I said, I'm always open to looking as long as it has science, as long as you can tell me what you're giving to me is supported in a scientific manner. And she goes, yeah, not a problem. There we have 25 years of scientific research. I can also give you 100 peer-reviewed studies, which really impressed me because anything with pubmed.gov written on it, you know that the scientific board really looked at it and it was really revered in that field. So I said, yeah, please send me it. So Colette sent me a 3-minute video, which seriously changed my life course. And it made me so incredibly happy. This 3-minute video was designer nutrition versus blind. And I instantly recognized the sentence because I always had an issue with blind nutrition. So it opened up a door that I've been so thankful for. And because for me, I knew then that my Germanic side had a really comfortable place to be in because it is 99.9% accurate, which totally made me happy and totally took care of that doubt and that niggling feeling of, is this really going to work? So I really felt so alive when I discovered this. And I just said, I have to do this. And I was met together with an amazing group of people who are like-minded. We all want to help the environment because everything is ethically sourced. We want to help mankind for them to decide on what they want to do with their health and to give them a possibility of an amazing new way at looking at your health that can really encourage your body to do its own natural healing, and you can support it on that journey. This is what I loved about it. So for me, my future felt so incredibly bright, and I knew I could do this with the most amazing group of people. I came together with a company called Uforia Science and the team of people who make this so phenomenal are called Team U. And we come together, we're like-minded people on the same journey. And being a rolfer and a nutritionalist, I often felt so alone. And doing this was a passion and I loved it, but I started feeling no passion for it. So now when Uforia Science came into my life with Team U, everything is fired up and I really love what I have to share with people. And this is great information for all of you to understand. Unfortunately, there's one little snag. We're only in 3 countries. We're only in Canada, America, and Australia at the moment because we only just launched last year in August. So Uforia Science is brand new on the ground floor. And that's why I love it so much. I love it because it is so cutting edge with science, technology, and the beautiful meld of plant-based ingredients, 95% plant-based and 5% minerals. So how do we start this amazing journey with Uforia Science? For me to really understand the company better, I flew down to Texas and I went to Van Austin outside of Dallas to go to LaCour Nutraceuticals. Terry LaCour owns this company and has bought it about 11, 12 years ago now, where everything was handmade because he loved the idea. He loved that concept that suddenly you can find out from your DNA where you are weak. And with a plant-based ingredient, pair it together to make wherever it's weak, something that's beautiful and strong and healthy. It gives your body exactly what it's asking for. So when I went down to Texas to LaCour Nutraceuticals, I really wanted to see where everything was put together. And I was so impressed. My Germanic side was really thrilled because it was so tailored to the preciseness of everything that I fell in love with everything. Terry LaCour, we also met there, and he was such a charming, kind-hearted and magnanimous person. His vision of where this is going is endless, and we are just at the beginning, and that's what I loved about this man. Also, he said when he originally bought the company and everything was handmade, it was so expensive. And he wanted to make it for the masses so that everyone could afford it, to make it so affordable that all can gain really great health. I admired that in him. And I loved how he really sourced everything ethical because he said, you've got to be kind to the Mother Earth and to make sure that you respect what you are doing and how you respect the body at the same time. So I left Van Austin like all nutraceuticals, really happy. And I knew I could put my passion behind this because I totally believed in this gentleman, and especially my team, you. Oh, I had the amazing support. So how do we start this amazing journey? It's really simple. You get 2 DNA swabs and you swab the inside of each cheek just for about 20 seconds. That's all you need. Then they're placed in a vial and you break it off. The vials are then placed into this sterilized envelope, and all of the vials and the envelopes have a barcode. Your name is never put onto this. Then this goes into this white envelope and it goes to outside of Houston to LaCour Laboratories, where they scan your DNA for over 640,000 genes. So it's kept in that one area there. It takes about 3 to 4 weeks for you to get your report. So what are the reports? We have 4 reports at the moment, and the reports are really quite amazing. They are these reports here. We have a skin report where we look at your collagen and antioxidants and sun damage. We also look at a fitness report. What sort of sports can you do for endurance, stamina, ligament? How fast can your muscles repair? What about cramps? Then we have a wellness action report. This is our flagship report, and this is all you need to know about the heavy hitters of healthy aging. And our very last report, which has just come, is called the weight management report. So I'm going to talk really more about the wellness action report because this is really our flagship. This is the one that I was introduced to a couple of years ago. And it's the one that I find is phenomenal for each individual. You have to be 18 and over to have this report done. So what it does is we test inside your cheeks 18 of the heavy hitters of healthy aging. And the SNPs that we look on, the genetic SNPs, are what we call the actionable gene. We don't really care that you have the color of your hair, the shape of your nose, and your height. But what we do care about is your health. How is your cholesterol? How is your heart functioning? And they're the actionable genes. So whatever action you place on that gene is what comes about, whether it's a good action or a bad action. So out of those heavy hitters of healthy aging from the wellness report, we look at exactly what your doctor will ask you. He'll ask you, how's your cholesterol level? How is your heart functioning? How is your blood pressure? How are you sleeping? How are your joints? And then we go deeper and we'll go into what are the 3 phases of a detoxification? How can your body absorb B vitamins, and can they? And what about CoQ10? We all need CoQ10. CoQ10 is amazing for our brain and heart. But what CoQ10? Is it cocoquinol or cocoquinol? And that blind nutrition, everyone just grabs any one because they think it's all the same, but it's not. Then we also have a look at demethylation and also vitamin D. So there are 18 really amazing SNPs that we look at. So when you send away for your report, it takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get your report. In that time of waiting, I tell everyone to start on what's called pre-trition. Pre-trition is a mild cellular cleanse, and it gets your body ready for your nutrition, your designed nutrition that's just designed for you. The pre-trition is the base formula of your nutrition, and there are 3 amazing ingredients in here. One is called AC11, where we have at least 12 patterns to it. It helps to repair your DNA and extend your telomeres, which is the end of your chromosomes, which is all about healthy aging. Also, we have astaxanthin, which is amazing for your skin repair, and your hair and bones. Then we have frankincense, and frankincense is a phenomenal antibacterial, antiviral, cleaning way of doing your body. And so they're the three really major ingredients. And we have over 100 different other unique plant-based ingredients that we put together. So I always recommend everyone, please do the pre-nutrition, because you want to support your body on this incredible journey. So 3 weeks later, to your phone or computer, you will get your report. Because the LaCour laboratory outside of Houston is CAPA, clear, and HIPAA compliant. And so that means your information is safe. It is never shared with anyone but you. So only you will get your 35-page report, the wellness report. And it comes to you in a beautiful way. I downloaded it and just made it into a book because I like to share it with people. Everyone dives for page 6. And believe you me, it is an eye-opener. The page 6 tells you exactly what you inherited from your parents, where you are strong and where you are weak. When I got mine, I must admit, I rang up my girlfriend, and I will show you why. I rang up my girlfriend and I go, is there any way that this report is not me? Because how can I have so many bad SNPs? So I'm going to show again. The first column are all the genetic SNPs that we talk about. The second column is everything, the action it does. And the third are your results. And it's like traffic lights. So green means you did not inherit anything that's detrimental to your health genetically wise from your parents. Red means you inherited both, and so you are genetically really weak in that area. Yellow means you inherited from one parent, and we actually never tell you who that parent is. So now you go to the last page of your report on page 35. Which gives you a beautiful, to the clinical dose, microgram of exactly what you need to make wherever you are weak, strong again. That's why I love this. You have the pre-nutrition, which is your base formula, and then each genetic SNP is added to this to make wherever you are weak, strong. So what are these ingredients? They are raw, plant-based ingredients. They are organics. If we can't find it organic, then we do it wild-crafted. And from the wild-crafted, it is also non-GMO, non-gluten, non-dairy, non-nut, non-allergen. There are no fillers, there are no additives, and there is no sugar. So you really get this beautiful designed nutrition for you that is 95% plant-based and 5% minerals. In your report, you can go and check and see what each genetic SNP means. So it's going to tell you what is the purpose of this gene, why is this gene important, and all the dietary recommendations. Also in with this page, you will see tiny little numbers, and these numbers are related to the peer-reviewed science that you find in the last 3 pages of your report. And so this is in the appendix, and you will find everything that relates to the peer-reviewed studies, and you can go and search to make sure that what we are doing is exactly what we are saying we are doing. I love this report. I love how it really helped me understand where the weaknesses are in my family. Because when I would watch my parents, and they were amazing people, but watching my mum slowly disintegrate with brain issues and my father had just a little, not as intense as my mum, and it was heartbreaking and it was scary. I did not know, am I going to inherit this? And that's where my fear came. This gave me beautiful, clear answers. So every month I get sent to me my what's called here nutrition. On the back, this is my son's. It'll have your name on it, the barcode that's related to who you are, and when it was made. This was made in December. And so you get it usually 5 days later. My son only likes the powdered form. I am not a smoothie person. I never will be. So I just have mine in capsule form. You can have 2 scoops into a smoothie or 10 capsules. I just take all of my capsules in the morning, take them and forget it. And I'm quite happy with that. That's just easy for me. So I love this because it's really put my mind at peace, and I really enjoy having this great health. And the results have been phenomenal. For me, they've been amazing. My sleep has got better. My decision making has got better. My brain has got clearer. And I have a lot more energy. I don't peak at the 2:30. I'm very stable. And so that's why I love it. And I love it because it gives me a peace of mind, because I'm doing everything for my health now. It's either you pay for your health now or you pay for it later. So now I'm going to tell you about our weight management program, which I find is just beautiful. We have 2 ways of you looking at your weight. And of course, it's logical. The 2 ways are, one is for men and the other is for females. So we do 2 completely different formulas. We basically stay with the hormones. For the women, their estrogen, and for the men, their testosterone. So we start balancing these out for you. So when you do your swabbing, 3 weeks later, 3 to 4 weeks later, you can start your product. But when you start, in that meantime, but before you start, I really recommend that you take core. Core is the nutrients that help your body get you ready for your prime. Your prime is the ingredients that is designed just for you so that you can release weight. I call it release because people call it weight loss. But for me, subconsciously, if you say loss, that means you've got to go and find it again. So that's really, it's not a one. You don't want to find it again. So I just say weight release. So go on your core, prepare your body for your prime. And the prime comes in 2 ways. It will come in AM, a PM, and an AM formula. They'll always have your name on it. And I don't think I've seen many formulas with your name on it that help with you to personally release weight. So when you get your wellness, your report, you go to page 4. Page 4 will give you an amazing insight to what's happening inside of you. Are you caffeine intolerant? It'll tell you. Do you have an addictive behavior and a dopamine? And so the dopamine is the happy pill, which also helps you to sleep, the serotonin and everything. And also do you have an addictive behavior? Then we have the FTO, which is really, really big for diabetes and body mass index. From there, we also have, do you produce enough leptin? And leptin is a hormone that stops you wanting to eat so much. I produce a lot I call them gremlins, because that makes you eat. And then the leptin comes in and lets you feel satiated and you don't want to eat anymore. So we look at that. So that brings in, we look at your insulin levels, we look at your thyroid, we look at your hormonal level. And this is what we start to balance out with you. And that's why I love it. I love it because it's individualized just for you and your DNA. And there is the beauty of everything. And it really is. This is a complete paradigm shift to the health that you want to have in the future. And so you can be on the weight loss for as long as you've released the weight. Once you're finished, then you stop the weight loss. A lot of people feel phenomenal after releasing all of that weight. And then I would tell them, I would say, really recommend you to do the wellness action plan so that you can stay in that way, that you know that your cholesterol's looked at, your heart's looked at, your vitamin B's are looked at, your body's demethylating and detoxifying, everything that's to a plant base. And it's a beautiful way of helping your body, because your body really is speaking. And for the first time, we have machines and beautiful science that puts it all together in such an easy way for you to receive everything. So there are 4 options that we say and we talk about in our Team U, and you are never left alone. The first option is you say, look, I'm really not interested. I've got my own way and I'm staying with that. And I go, absolutely, listen to what your body wants and how it works the best for you, because that is what's the most important. The second one is, hey, I really want to do this. I really want to feel better because I have some fears about what my parents have, and did I inherit it? So now come and join. Get your DNA tested and really go on an amazing health journey, which I think is just phenomenal. The third option is you want to do this as a business because you're an entrepreneur. You suddenly see that something for the first time is on the ground floor. No one else is doing what we are doing. People are doing DNA testing, but are they doing your own formula to the microgram of exactly what you need and plant-based? And it's raw, it's organic, and it is absolutely beautiful. Come and join Team U and our team, because it really is an amazing journey. And the fourth one is I have my business, I have my life, I have my children, and there is no way I can add anything more to my plate. But I really am intrigued and I'm interested in doing this. So what we say is come and join us as a referral agent. Come onto the product, try the product, become a nutritionist, and do this as a business. All you have to do is talk to someone and say, go talk to Tina. She will tell you all about it. And that's what we're here for. We're here to help and support you in a way that you can also get residual income. This is what the beauty of network marketing is. And it's something that I love to share with people. And people go sometimes, well, I'm not so sure about the money side of it. And I go, always be kind to yourself. Make sure that you are looking after yourself. Then become a benefactor. Share that money out, whether it's with your church, whether it's with the blind dogs, whether it's for a charity or your kids' school. Share that wealth. It's what we do in this world. We have what we need and the rest we give. And that's how it all works. You want that all to come together. Because I know that when I'm in my 90s, like my parents before they passed away, I'm going to be at my favorite surf beach. I'm going to be surfing. And I want to come out of that water and know who I am, where I am, and how do I get up those sand dunes to get home. Because for me, my mind, my body are really, really important. And I'm looking after it right now. Because I'm paying for my health now. Because I know down the road, if I don't, I'll be paying bigger time. Thank you so much for listening. And if you have any questions or you need to contact, please come to this beautiful conference and they will show you exactly how to contact me. Thank you so much for your time and have a wonderful night. Bye.